There comes a point in life when noise becomes poison. When every opinion, every judgment, every comment starts drowning out your own voice. And that's when you realize the most powerful move you can make is to disappear. Not as an escape, but as an evolution. Because the more of your life you put on display, the more permission the world feels it has to dissect it. It's not that people are cruel, it's just human nature. The moment you start shining, others subconsciously search for cracks in your light. That's why true transformation rarely happens in public. It happens in private, in silence, in the dark, where no one is watching. Think of it like this. Every great comeback story starts with a vanishing act. When Michael Jordan left basketball at his peak, people thought he was done. He disappeared. No cameras, no interviews, just silence and baseball gloves. But what he was really doing was resetting. When he came back, he wasn't just the same player. He was stronger, calmer, deadlier. That's what happens when you rebuild away from the spotlight. And that is done in 3 stages. Stage 1, the art of vanishing. The first rule of disappearing is discipline of silence. Stop broadcasting your plans like confessions. Every time you share your goals, you release energy that should have been spent creating. Your words are currency. Spend them wisely. Steve Jobs was a master at this. He didn't announce every idea or prototype. He went quiet, built in secret, and then unveiled something the world couldn't ignore. That's what silence does. It multiplies impact. The second rule, detach from validation. Most people live like marionettes, their strings pulled by public opinion. They post, they wait for approval, they breathe through likes. But silence cuts those strings because the truth is people think about you far less than you imagine. They're busy surviving their own storms. So stop asking, well, what will they think? And start asking, will my future self be proud of this? And third, protect your plans like treasure. Every goal you talk about too soon loses its magic. Neuroscience even proves it. Your brain releases dopamine when you announce plans, tricking you into feeling like you've already achieved them. That's why most people start strong and fade quietly. Their talk drained their fuel. So do what boxers do. Train in silence, disappear from the noise, return only when it's time to perform under the lights. Stage 2, building in the shadows. Once you vanish, you enter the shadow phase, the laboratory of transformation. This is where you turn raw potential into refined power. The first step, define your direction. You can't evolve without clarity. Be specific. Do you want to master your craft, change your body, build a business? Name it, write it, but tell no one. When Adele took a 4-year break from music, the world thought she had vanished. She wasn't gone, she was rebuilding. When she returned with Hello, she didn't just sing another song, she shook the entire planet. That's the power of private preparation. Next, build systems, not dreams. Dreams sound nice, but systems get results. If you want to be fit, stop saying you'll try. Move near your gym. Wake at the same hour, plan your meals. If you want to start a business, build a structure that forces you to execute daily. Success doesn't come from motivation, it comes from momentum. And then, redefine happiness. Real happiness isn't comfort, it's progress. It's waking up knowing you're slightly better than yesterday. It's finding peace in quiet improvement. That's what Kobe Bryant called the obsession. He found joy not in the championship rings, but in the 4 a.m. workouts when no one was watching. When you reach that point, the silence doesn't feel lonely anymore. It feels sacred. Stage 3, the re-emergence. Now comes the hardest and most misunderstood stage, the comeback. Most people think it's about showing the world what you've done, but the real comeback is about no longer needing to, because by the time you return, something inside you has shifted. You don't crave applause anymore. You crave alignment. You're not hungry for attention, you're hungry for purpose. When Taylor Swift vanished from the public eye after the media storm in 2016, she came back not with anger but with reputation. A sharper, more strategic, more self-aware version of herself. That's what silence gives you. Control of your narrative. You'll notice something when you return. People will look at you differently. They'll whisper, "What happened to them?" And you'll just smile. Because what happened was evolution. You didn't seek validation. You built value. You didn't demand respect. You earned it. Because those who disappear in purpose always return in power.